Welcome to Coffee and Connections with the Library Director. I'm Cindy Scott, and today I have a guest, Peg Mongello, who's a retired teacher and principal. She's also very active in volunteer work here in the community, and one of the ways that she's involved with the library is on the Friends of the Library Board. So, Peg, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you. First of all, I want to say I'm just so excited to be back in Wolfeboro. I think of it as home. I'm one of those snowbirds that goes away for the winter. I guess this was a great winter to go away from, but I'm thrilled to be back. And one of the things that excited me the most when I was gone was to get the news that the library project had passed. So I'm thrilled to be back here in the library working with the Friends to try to make sure that it's a smooth process and that we bring such a wonderful new library space to the people here in Wolfeboro. Cindy, what's it going to look like in terms of being different next year, especially where we're sitting now in areas for kids and adults?
Well, the children's room is actually going to be moving a little bit toward the back and back left if you were by the main entrance coming in. And the front area there, which is currently where the kids play, that's going to be part of the meeting room space. This area right here is actually going to be just adjacent to what's going to be the new teen area. And over on this side, to our left, we're going to have where the computers are. So a lot of things are going to be moving around in the building. And we have plans that we can show people. Of course, what we started with was conceptual plans. And now we're working to make them a reality and figuring out things like, where do all the doors need to go? Is there a janitor's closet? And things like that.
Well, that would be great, and I'm sure you're going to be having some open house so that we can come and get even more information as the summer passes.
Yes, in August we do have an open house planned, and there'll be more details about that coming next month.
Well, I'm thrilled to be part of the Friends. One of the things that we've been doing is try to expand our opportunities for young people to read. This library has rich resources and a staff that really enjoys reading themselves, and we're trying to share that with kids. And one of the programs that we're going to have this summer we're very excited about. It's going to be June 13th, and it's Pizza and Reading Roundtable. It's going to be for kids of all ages. We've broken it into two parts. We tried one in the fall, and it was very successful, but we had everybody from little kids to teenagers. So we're breaking it into two parts this spring, and we're going to have from 5 until 6, young kids up through 6th grade. Then we're going to have pizza at 6 o'clock for everybody. And then about 6:45, we're going to have middle school and high school students talk. And the whole goal of this program is if you were going to recommend a book, an author, or a series to a friend, what would you recommend for them to read this summer? And there are so many good choices that are out there. From little kids that really tie into summer, we have two books that are out there, Summer Vacation and The Watermelon Seed. So both of these books could be ones we could introduce to young children. There's also some that are in series because many of the kids get connected to a character and want to keep reading. Otis is this favorite tractor. And Otis does all sorts of things. He saves kittens. He gets involved in a tornado. So there's about 7 Otis books. And I'm Mighty is written by a husband and a wife who had a number of boys. And they've written one about a tugboat. And their latest one is about a school bus. And they have their favorite, which is the trash truck. But then another thing we're going to be doing this summer is mixing books and movies. Many good pieces of literature have been made into good movies. Never as good as the book. You can't ever have a movie as good as a book, but these two do a good job. In the end of July, I've got to check the date.
I'll check the date while you show.
All right. Wonder is a fabulous book. It's been recommended to read by 4th, 5th, 6th grade students. It's a great story that tells you about acceptance and differences, and what we need in this world is kinder and gentler people. Wonder was an award-winning book for a number of years now, and it's been made into a movie. And we're going to have both a discussion of the movie and the book and watching the movie on...
It's going to be on July 18th, which is a Wednesday at 3:30.
So if you have not read the book, and this is for kids, for parents, and for grandparents, you will love it. Another one, if you've not seen the movie yet, is Coco. And we are showing the movie Coco and talking about the book also this summer.
July 12th at 6:30.
July 12th. So all this information is available in the wonderful program calendar that the library put out this year. So both of these are great books. Read them first, then watch the movie. In terms of other books for kids, there are some that are fabulous series. Judy B. Jones, she's a first grader, but she gets into all kinds of mischiefs, and it's a great way for young kids to get involved in chapter books. To show that we recommend both girls and boy books, we have Geronimo Stilton and his sister Theo, and they have adventure books that are probably 20 each in the series, so kids can keep reading. And for some of the grandparents out there, some books never die. They come back reborn. And we have Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys and a number of books in those series. Other ones that kids like now, a whole lot, what's called graphic novels. Now, they weren't around, even parents, when you first started to read, but they're what kids love now. There are pictures that go with the novel and really, really help engage even the most reluctant reader. There's a new one out that's All's Fair in middle school. So our 5th and 6th graders that are heading up to the middle school or to Crescent may get into All's Fair in middle school. Another series that the kids really like is Who Is. They like to learn about people. And we have Who Is Albert Einstein and Who Is Thomas Jefferson. But this is Who Is J.K. Rowling and how she came about with her ideas of the whole Harry Potter series. But let's not forget our teenagers. And for our middle, late middle, and high school books, there are so many. When I was back at that age, there were the classics, and that's it. Now there's every topic out there imaginable that is being written about. Some of them very, very tough topics for parents and kids to talk about, but a book is a great way to deal with some of those tough topics. Here's one, 12 Steps to Normal, and it's about a teenager and her alcoholic father. So there's some very difficult topics out there to deal with, but middle school kids and high school kids need help in dealing with those, and books are great entries to do so. So those are just some of the books we'll talk about on June 13th. So we hope that kids, parents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, grandparents come so you can know what's out there for kids to read this summer.
Did you also want to talk about this one?
Oh, this is, every year we get a Newbery Award winner. That's a little symbol here, and this is called Hello Universe. And it stars 4 kids, all very, very different, who are trying to find their place in the universe, and they find each other, which helps them navigate. Newbery Award winners are always a great place to start. They didn't get that award without being a great piece of literature. So these are good ones to read as well. We're also going to continue this summer to have our tiny library at Albee Beach. So there will be a number of books there for kids to check out so they can sit on the beach and read. We want to make sure that we dig into reading this summer because the library is going to start digging in to expand and improve, and we want you to dig into great literature and love to read as well.
And then we also have some opportunities for telling stories in other locations in town.
We do. The story hour is always popular in the cold of winter. You have mothers and grandparents and dads bringing their kids to story hour. Well, this year we're trying to join in with the community a little more, and we're going to spread story hour not only at the library, but around town. And our first attempt at this is going to be at the Boat Museum on the 17th of July, which is a Tuesday, 17th of July on Tuesday, at 10:30 in the morning. The Boat Museum is going to be open to kids, parents, grandparents that want to come in and hear stories about boats and the water and the lakes and how boats are navigation and also a lot of fun. So it's going to be free for children and their accompanying adult, and then other adults will be $3. So we're excited to break ground in reaching out to our community and joining our resources. We're hoping to continue story hour at the farmers market as well. And we're looking into other museums so that we can combine history and books and nature and books and bring us all together.
And of course, we're still going to have the story times here at the library. There's quite an elaborate set of programs happening this summer, so you want to make sure to check the website or to pick up our brochure so that you can attend some of the programs, which are book discussions, humanities speakers, films, a wide variety of programs that I think people will really enjoy. And I also have a book that is our book of the month, which is Lara. It's by Anna Pasternak, and she is the great niece of the author of Dr. Zhivago, Boris Pasternak. And this is the true story of the love story that her great uncle had that he used to create the novel, Dr. Zhivago. Thank you.